A side function of the programs, a side activity, which also is in our residential programs, is the self-advocacy piece, and that's where individuals with disabilities are advocating for their own rights, their own issues, and so forth. We have two very dynamic and active self-advocacy groups, one in the vocational division, one in the residential. Maybe you could share a little bit about the vocational group.
Yes, they're called the Crusaders, and there's, I think, 61 members right now.
Wow, that's great.
And they're very active. They were very active in phone calls and letter writing with the budget cuts this year.
Sure.
They went to the press conference. At Christmas time, they actually do an adopt a family. There was a local business that wasn't accessible, and so they wrote letters to get it accessible.
I see.
At one of our sites, the sidewalk was a little crooked, and so to the city of Niagara Falls, they wrote a letter, and they were able to get the sidewalk fixed. So they really advocate for themselves.
They had an impact.
Yes.
They really made a difference. That's great.
Yes.
And again, residential also has a self-advocacy group. And Eric, a good segue to move to our residential programs. Maybe you could start by sharing the self-advocacy movement in the residential arena for us.
Our group calls themselves the Team Americans.
Yeah.
They get together on the second Tuesday of the month at administration, and they've been involved for many years now in selecting the individual of the month to be recognized as a peer recognition, and also the employee of the month. And historically, we didn't always do the employee of the month that way. There was a time when the residential management group selected it, and I've always felt it's going to be a whole lot more meaningful to an employee if
Absolutely.
it comes from the group of people that we're serving.
Sure.
And then ultimately, when it's recognition time at the annual dinner, that it's from that group that the individual and the employee of the year are both selected and recognized. And again, oftentimes, actually, as a presenter, I'm off the hook.
Yeah.
Because I've got individuals from the houses who want to come and be a part of presenting that award to the employee that they've recognized. So again, it has
great.
more meaning for them. I know they've been involved in voting. I know at the most recent November election, people from the houses went out and voted.
Good.
And they've been involved in some of the advocacy things that Kim talked about as well.
Great.
Very similar types of things. Our group, I think for them too, it's also more of a social opportunity.
Yeah.
They aren't in one place all day long like the people are at Day Have or Workshop, where a lot of them are together.
Right.
They all live out in their own homes in the community, so it is an opportunity for folks that don't see each other regularly to get together. So there's
Sure.
definitely a social aspect to that as well.
We see that in both of our areas, and the self-advocacy movement statewide has really picked up steam, so to speak, in the last few years, and it's very active in our agency.